Hey, good morning and welcome to Big Stocks. I hope you're keeping well. It's a bit chilly and we're here just hoping at least we can still have conversations that matter. Now, we have new government, county governments as well that come with new policies, and one of the beautiful things that has happened here in Nairobi County is to the creative industry, especially the photographers. We shall be uncovering what exactly was announced by the governor when he spoke about waivers for photographers and filmmakers in town. Spoke about some rules that have been binding them not to be creative as much as they can. So we'll be unpacking that about the Sakaja photography waiver and what it means for business and photography as well. And with me in the house, I have Stephen Omer, who is an amazing photographer, big shot in the house as well, and Otieno Nyandimo as well, who is also the treasurer of the Photographer Association of Kenya, and he's right here as well. He's a photographer. They're right here, and we shall be having this conversation. Please tell a friend to tell a friend, anybody in the creative industry, that we are having this conversation. But first, Steven said he likes coffee, so I'm going to give him some coffee.
Fasting fast.
Fasting fast, eh? So that you're able to give us those gems, man. Is
yeah,
it?
I can.
So I just pour the hot water for you?
Yeah, sure.
And then I'll give you the coffee. I don't know, Oti, what are you going to take?
Just coffee. So much.
Just coffee as well?
Yeah.
Coffee. You're not a tea guy. I had a lot of tea, man. but no worries, no worries. I don't know, are you guys hopeful or are you still feeling not yet? I know we shall get deeper into that, but let me start with you, Stephen. Are you hopeful? Is there some green light you're seeing ahead, or how is the situation?
I think in life you can never lose hope, first of all.
Never lose hope.
Never lose hope. I mean, we've come a long way as creatives.
Yeah.
And I think where we are, we can't lose hope here. So I'm really hopeful for the future ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to everybody who is already logging in. Guys, please share this out. Let everybody get to know that we're talking about matters photography. I might end up getting some good photos from these guys. You never know. But it's good to have you guys. Let me start with you, Steve.
Yeah.
When guys ask, who is that guy? Who do you say you are?
I'm your guy, my guy. Just to break it down, my name is Stephen Omer. I'm a professional storyteller, photographer, videographer, and a video producer based in Nairobi, Kenya. I've done this for professionally almost 7 years now. And within my years, I've been able to work with both local and international organizations, trying to help them shape their stories. And I think lastly, because I'm not able to share much here, I specialize more on documentaries, NGO world.
So you also do videography as well?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So it's NGO world, and I think lastly, I was sharing maybe before with you before that I'm also the founder and creative director at Africa Photo Chat.
Okay.
Of course, I have my company called Stephen Omer Photography.
Yeah, that's what I've seen so far. Yeah.
And I'm also the creative director, the founder there. But I'm also starting something really interesting that I shared with you about. That it's called Africa Photo Chat. And we are working with Georgina Godwin, and what we are doing there is we are trying to shape African stories. African photography stories, and allowing Africans to talk about things that matters to them.
You're right. I like the fact that it's tell the African story, the African way. I think there's been a conversation about that a lot. We don't want guys coming and telling our story, and then they twist it somehow.
True.
Let me come to you, T, now. Sorry, I've already baptized you. So when guys ask who you are, who do you say you are, and what do you do?
Good morning, guys. My name is Otieno Nyandimo. Most guys call me OT.
OT, so I'm right,
But it's not OTI, it's just OT.
Oh, OT.
In caps.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm a photographer. I do a bit of everything, but specialize in fashion and beauty and documentary work. I also shoot a bit of video. The new photographers now have to be hybrid. You have to know how to shoot video and photography as well. So it's a skill that I've had to learn with time. No, other than that, I'm the treasurer at PAK, which is the Photographers Association of Kenya, which is an association that embodies all photographers, hobbyists, and people who deal with photography stuff, basically. Yeah. So we stand up for the rights of the photographers, basically.
Okay, that's nice, by the way. I hear whenever you are in associations, at least you have a better voice, even that institution that you talked about as well. Together, you make more noise now. Yeah. Now, let me ask now, at least we got to know you guys, and maybe towards the closing, you tell us how we can get in touch with you for anybody who is watching and saying, hey, I would want to get some snapshots from either of those guys there. Sakaja comes and boldly, we have seen it in the news this week, everybody's talking about it in the creative side, and says, hey, what's up? Waiver, waiver. You guys are the better people but before we speak about that waiver, I want to understand what has been the situation for him to even come and start thinking about waivers. And Stephen, let me start with you.
Okay.
What has been the story for you to just go in town and do anything? What does it cost?
I mean, it costs a lot of money, from 3,000 to 6,000.
Yeah.
Just to be a photographer in Nairobi.
So if I have to ask you, take me some pictures in the city, you'll have to pay that amount.
Yeah, I'll have to pay 6,000 to 3,000 to take pictures of you.
Actually, about 10,000.
Almost 10,000.
Wow.
About
That's crazy.
About 10,000, you know. So
yeah.
I mean, for me, I think that was a bold move.
Yeah.
Sakaja did.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it two facets.
Yes.
Okay, if you allow me.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you a personal experience I've had before.
Yeah, you've been arrested. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I've been personally arrested.
In town?
You're literally laughing at me for being arrested. Okay,
No.
I'm just kidding.
To be a photographer in Nairobi and you not be arrested, you really haven't been baptized yet.
Yeah. So I've been arrested before. I've had gun pointed at me because I was taking pictures.
Oh.
In fact, I remember it was during my early days in photography.
Whoa.
So I really loved taking Nairobi sunsets.
Yeah.
So then I woke up. I woke up at 5:30. I was at Uhuru Park at 6:30 a.m. So I wanted to capture the Nairobi sunset with whatever the flares on that pool, whatever in
that Uhuru Park place. I know that.
Yeah. So because I always dreamed of that picture, I slept on it. You know, it kept capturing my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went there at 6:30 a.m. just when the sun was popping up.
Yeah.
Then that's how some policemen pop in and boss, weka bag chini, fungua, weka bag chini, mikono juu. It was very horrible for me just to see my life. You know, I saw my life going.
Terrorist, man.
Yeah, just because I was taking a picture. You know, so I want to say that was a bold move that Sakaja did.
Yeah.
And I want to laud him for that.
Yeah.
But that is not what we need.
You're right.
Okay?
Yeah, we don't need that. You're right.
I mean, I know that's not what you need in terms of what should be done.
Okay.
So there's more that should be done.
Okay.
And I'm gonna allow you to ask me those questions.
I know, yeah. Just pause there. We shall talk about them more. Let's first of all look. It's a situation analysis.
Yeah.
What has been the state?
Yeah.
Oti, let me come to you. What can you add on top of what is the situation that has been there before this pronouncement?
I think the first thing that I'd want to do is just thank the governor.
Yeah.
He made promises during his campaign, and wow, like even 1 month is not done. And he's already acting on that. For me, I take it as creatives are being seen.
Okay.
We are the first agenda in the Nairobi governor's things to do, basically. You know, mostly maybe you'd find he'd maybe try do things for us towards the end, or when campaigns are almost again, but he started with that. So I take it as a positive that government is seeing creatives, it's noticing creatives, it's considering creatives, because for the longest time, our statistics are never collected. And that's why we get left behind. If you were to really analyze what we bring into the economy, it's a lot. Wow. It's quite a lot, and for government to start noticing us and to start considering us and doing things for us to empower us so that we can continue building the nation, because that's what we are doing. Most creatives have families. They support their families. They're paying school fees. They're providing. So there's a lot. They're paying taxes. Let's not forget, they're paying taxes.
They're paying taxes as well.
They are paying taxes. So it's a good move. It's a good move. I'm really happy about it. I'm gonna say I'm hopeful. Like my friend here, I'm very hopeful.
Some light coming out.
Yes, this is a good move.
We'll talk about what more needs to be done. But I wanted to ask you: have you been arrested yourself or any of your guys? Have you tried to get your guys out in your association?
Personally, I've not been arrested, but I do have a similar story to him, where I also like taking a lot of cityscapes. I like taking cityscapes. Now, the best place to take cityscapes, if you don't have access to a lot of places, is the Uhuru Park viewpoint.
You're right.
Yeah. So, for you to get that, the best time is mostly sunrise. Sunrise is like, I love sunrise. So I remember there's this one time I wanted to go there, and
you guys I couldn't. Sunrise. What about sunrise?
So I couldn't get a group of guys to go with, so I decided to go by myself. So I was there by like 5:30. I was there by 5:30. Now, the thing that was going through my mind, I was there by myself. I had my equipment there. So first, if my equipment is stolen, that's a setback.
I know.
But the other thing that I feared even more than the thugs was Kanjo.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I'm there, I'm just thinking, oh boy, thugs are gonna get me, or Kanjo are going to get me. But I wasn't so scared about thugs because I know the Ministry of Health is just behind me. So if anything, I could run there, but Kanjo, there's nowhere to run, you know. Once they get you, they get
come to you.
Yeah, so it's quite an experience. Like every time I look at those photos, that's what I normally remember. I just remember that feeling of being very anxious up there by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me give a shout out to some of the people watching us. Please let us know where you're watching us from and your thoughts about this whole thing that we're talking about. As you can see on the screens, we have from our photographers today, some of the amazing works that they are doing. Their websites are actually running through right now. As you can see, these are pro guys. OT, we can see they are doing a lot of work on your website there. Good stuff, man. And of course, Steve as well. We appreciate the work that you guys are doing. Let me ask, by the way, before I get now to the other details of Sakaja and what this means, do you have a speciality? I had him talk about telling the African story, but I have heard, forgive my ignorance, I've had the people who specialize in certain ways and say, I am this type of photographer, or I specialize in this. I don't know, or are you everything? I don't know. Let me start with you.
I would say the Kenyan economy has basically shaped how the jobs I do, basically. So,
it's the economy,
like I said, I do a bit of everything, but I specialize with a lot of fashion and beauty work and documentary photography. Those two, those are the two things that I do the most. And those are the two things that I put a lot of energy towards, even while I'm marketing myself. Those are the two things I advertise and tell people this is what I do.
What about you, Steve?
I think passionate about human interest stories.
Human interest stories.
Yeah, I love the little things that matter to people that everyone will not see. So that I really love a lot, and that's what I shoot a lot for corporates and NGOs. And I also think my other line of interest is actually videography now. I just love the motions and how you connect with stories through videography. And while you were asking my question, if guys are specializing in one thing or not, I think where we are, even just in life, you grew up in a particular place, then at a particular level, you needed to leave that place so that you can do something else.
Very true.
So I think in life, personally, I started out as a photographer. Very dope as photographer. If you allow me to use some words here. If you allow me to use some words here. But then narratives are changing, stories are changing. And not just that, you realize that communication is also changing.
You're right.
And the elements of telling stories needs to change. They're also changing actually. We are speaking about, as we speak now, we are realizing there's so many phone cameras popping up. And actually these manufacturers are just producing cameras. You understand? That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But also over and beyond that, realize the new things about telling stories that are popping up. For example, something like podcast.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something you say that because now I'm a photographer, you cannot learn how to learn how to do
something else
podcasting. So you need to,
yeah,
in communication, because the things we are doing are elements of communications.
Yeah.
We cannot stay in one space and say,
you're right,
I can only do this. We
just
need
be
to
comfortable in one area.
No. You go home, my friend.
No, makes sense. Makes sense.
And just to add on what he's saying, I think, like I said, as a photographer now you have to be hybrid. Other than just doing photography and videography, you now have to be a communications expert, basically, because that's the value we bring in. We go out there, we collect stories in picture form, we have the narrative, because we're the ones who are on the ground, we can explain the situation better. So if you can get good at communication as well, you'll have more value to the people you're working for, basically.
Guys, you know, let's get back to this conversation, because I'm wondering, okay, so there is a waiver, and of course from your statements there's more that can be done, because I feel from what you're telling me, there's the Kanjo side of things and there's another side of things. And I'm going to be coming to the conversation of the challenges you guys face as photographers in general. Is there, for anyone who's watching and thinking, I want to get into photography and I'm happy, I hear there's a waiver. Before they grab a camera and just go to the streets, they're taking pictures. Is there something else they need to be careful about? Or is it just the Kanjo thing? Is there any other payment they were supposed to do? Let me start with you.
When the waiver was announced, most photographers I've spoken to didn't know about the business permit, honestly.
They have been doing Mangoto things.
You know, most Kenyans, when you ask them about the business permit, the first thing they're gonna ask you is, I don't have a premise or a place of business. I don't have a shop. Because that's what we know. We know business permits are for shops. So when the governor came out and said freelance photographers and freelance filmmakers, the business permits have been waived. It was news to a lot of people. They didn't know about the permit, you know. But the good thing is that waiver legitimizes how they've been doing business now. So as much as they haven't been paying, the waiver now makes them know that they should pay. They should at some point. They should have been paying and now they're within the law now. You know, they're within the law because there's a waiver now. You know, and also begs the bigger question of definition. Who's a freelance photographer?
That's actually, I wanted to understand. You know? But Steven is here, and he's as you're talking, he's shaking his head. He's like, "What's up? What is in your mind?"
I think first of all, if the governor is watching this, I want to laud him for doing that.
Good.
But let me tell you,
it's a good step.
It's a good step. But this guy, Otieno, says that the waiver legitimizes
the photographer.
How they've been doing business.
I mean, I think the truth is, the waiver has, the permit has been there for a long while. And the thing that I think probably the governor did not realize is, even today, if I want to go and shoot in streets, I'll wake up at, we've understood how Kanjos work, you know. I'll be in town, I won't say this because it's been favoring us.
Don't say the time.
But now there's a waiver anyway. I'll wake up at 6 and at 7 a.m. If I'm in town at 7 a.m. by around 9, I'll be done.
You're done
with shoot. I won't pay anyone a dime. I'll go home with Kanjo or without Kanjo. You know, so the waiver has been there. Of course, there are some people who has been arrested. And now let me delve into this story now, because I want to go straight into it.
Yes, go.
This is not the first time the governor of Nairobi, a sitting governor, I want to put it right. I want to do it, say it respectfully rather.
Say it in a nice way,
In a nice way. this is not the first time the governor of Nairobi, the sitting governor, has gone ahead and said no, that photographers are allowed to shoot in Nairobi for free.
Oh, it has been said before.
I was doing some background research here, and I think on 15th August 2017, Sonko went and said the same thing on Twitter. This one was even better to say it in public.
But nothing was done.
I mean, that was said, and then was it implemented?
No.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Was it when Sakaja comes back? He's a sitting governor now.
Yes.
He comes back and says the same thing.
Says the same thing.
You know. Yeah. What's the implementation plan? You know, we need to ask this hard question, and I'm gonna ask them.
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to. What's the implementation plan that Sakaja has for this? Because this is not the first time.
You're right.
And another thing that I think we need to come in terms with is when Sonko said so, and I think Larry Asego who tweeted when he was still at Classic, I think. Yeah. And Sonko replied and said, under my leadership, photographers will be allowed to shoot for free in Nairobi streets. After that, there was still some harassment
for photographers.
Of photographers. Yeah. And this is why Sakaja comes back and says this thing is still ongoing. And you know, that comes and does the same thing Sonko did 5 years ago. So what's the difference? What's Sakaja bringing new to the table to creatives?
No, Nakufil. And I think what you're saying, Stephen, if I get you right, that yes, it's a pronouncement, we have seen it. I think he even did it somewhere outside. Nice pronouncement. Everybody was applauding. Yeah, thank you. But maybe when things happen in this country, we see gazette notices, stuff like that. Where is that law that has been agreed on and passed? Or is there something that needs to go through the county assembly so at least photographers can be confident that yes, I am okay to walk by? Stephen?
I think, sorry, I'm stepping in because I think kuna venye inanichoke. Listen, I think the governor himself is a creative. Yeah. Yes. Sakaja is a creative.
Yes.
He knows what it means.
He plays bass and all that even.
He knows. You know, even in this campaign team, he has creatives.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So you understand the value that photography does. Yeah. Not just photography, the entire creative industry.
Absolutely.
You know. So for him to go on a roadside, on a road declaration, that did not sound well with me. Okay. And I think this is why I also want now to probably engage my partner, my friend here from PAC. Yeah. Because this is a body that is Photographers Association of Kenya. Yeah. For people who don't know. Yeah. But did even PAC issue a statement? I'm on you.
That's very good.
Yeah, these are your guys now.
I'm not in PAC, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Kindly join.
I left.
No. Kindly join back.
Now the thing is, for the body we have been having, the professional body that is registered, and is mandated now, is under the law. Yeah. On anything photography related, and they're having members. What is it that what did PAC do when Sakaja issued such a statement? Did they say we allowed the governor and we want him to continue that, or we allowed the governor but we need some consultations? Yeah. You know, because this is a profession. You cannot go. I was telling a friend of mine, George, that if you are a doctor, you cannot just go and make some declaration about medical profession because you want to look nice and people to accept you. That's what the governor did to us. He was pulling a PR stunt on photographers. Okay. And unfortunately, we saw that. So he could have if he was creative enough and he could have consultation assist, he should have sat down with us.
Call the representatives.
Call the representative from PAC. There's Kenya Photojournalists Association. I mean, there's so many associations who are professionally registered to deal with photography or content creation or visual materials.
No, I think that's well put. Have you tried to get a meeting? Maybe you have been called. We are not aware of it. I don't know.
True. Now, even as the governor said the business permits have been waived, I've seen some photographers saying they've been harassed already. They were harassed
even after that.
Yes, even after that. Now, as PAC,
yes.
Now you see, we don't have the. We're not as an association that represents photographers all over Kenya. We have to be tactical and we have to approach these things with strategy. Now, as PAC, what we've done, we've had meetings and consultations with our members first, just to outline what we want from the county. And to see if it can seep through the whole of the country, because Nairobi is just one county. So we're organizing for a meeting to meet the governor. Now, what the governor did was a roadside declaration. But what we want as PAC is policy. We want it in policy. And that's why we had to sit down and come up with things we want, so that when we go see the governor, you know, you go with a document, a proper document that outlines what we want, what we think he can do better with what he's trying to do, you know? Because we are getting the views of the Kenyan photographers, basically. So that's the first step, you know? That's the first step. We need it in policy. Because, as he said, Sonko did the same thing, Sakaja's done the same thing. So will it be a trend where after Sakaja leaves, the next guy comes, says that, and nothing happens? So this time, we want it in law. We want it enacted in the county policies, and we want it to spread out through Kenya. Because if you look at the developed countries, more developed countries, photographers shoot freely. You just go to the streets, you shoot.
And you shoot easily.
You just shoot. Because the thing that they used to use against us was terrorism. Now, terrorism is a very big tag. I know of a photographer who actually went into depression because he was labeled a terrorist. They caught him in the streets shooting and they labeled him a terrorist. Now, I feel as creatives, it's not our work to per se provide security to the country. So they should allow us to do our craft and have Kenya police do their work. They can get the terrorists. Our work is just to go out there, take photos. If anything, we've publicized this country more than any government agency. If you go to the web, you go to Instagram, it's our photos for free, by the way.
About it.
For free. It's us. You know?
Let me interject.
Add something.
I'm not even adding, I'm just interjecting. And I want to ask my colleague from PAC. It's very unfortunate for him to say some statements here that I don't think are aligning. Actually, probably they are aligning to what PAC mandate is, but they're not aligning to what Kenyan photographers are doing. PAC is almost 5 years, right?
It's more than 5 years.
It's almost 5 years, or past 5 years.
It's more than.
You cannot say that during all those years you've been in office, quote unquote, the way politicians says that you've been in office, you've been in rep.
That's a full term.
So you cannot say that the years you've been in office, you've not sat down with your members, or even Kenyan photographers who are part of PAC. I was a member of PAC. I will not say some things here.
Don't say many things.
But the thing is, PAC should align itself. When the governor was campaigning, a very good pick to say. When the governor was campaigning, he was meeting stakeholders from different sectors. You understand? And I even remember he met. I was doing some corporate job. He met some particular organizations who were strong and who could influence particular whatever
policies or anything.
Policies. How comes PAC did not organize, or not even PAC? Let me not be hard on PAC. How come they didn't plan, because they are the professional body. They didn't plan to meet the governor and tell the governor, we're a professional body. We have professionals who are in charge, who are tasked with content creation in this country. These are our concerns.
Actually, I'd like to correct that.
No, which is fine, because I actually wanted to give you a right of reply on that.
We did send an official letter to the governor about his tweet. When he just tweeted, before he was governor, we sent him a letter and we asked him to have a sit down and discuss that further.
Okay.
We actually did send to both.
But you have not gotten...
Yeah, to both the candidates.
Oh, okay.
We did send to both candidates, and we reiterated after he got into office. Now, it's just been a month. You know, it's if you know how Kenyan politics works, it's not like I can just walk into Sakaja's office boss. You said this. I'm here. Tell me, there's protocol and there's all that stuff. Short of us going to the streets, which is not how we want to handle things, basically. So the governor is open. He's actually extended his hand out. By all these declarations, that's how I view it. He's extended his hand out. It's for us now to take his hand and tell him, okay, we like what you're doing. These are our suggestions. Because, as he says, we're the professional body. We have the photographers under us. We have the photographers under us, and we possibly know a bit more about that issue than he does. Like, remember when I said that permit was news to a lot of photographers? Most of them, what they were thinking was being waived was if you want to shoot in the streets of Nairobi, you have to pay for KFCB license. It's about 6,000. Then you have to pay another 3,640 to the county. You have to write a letter to the Kenya police. So after you do all that, you get a day of shooting without being harassed. But you get a day of shooting without being harassed, and hopefully the security for you that's gonna be provided by the government. Those are the fees most people thought. But for us, maybe I think we have a platform now. I could maybe just say a few things that we were thinking as PAC. I feel like as those fees are fine, but they shouldn't be placed on everyone. So freelancers, guys who are just doing small shoots, like small shoots, small family friend shoots. I don't see how that guy can pay 10,000. He's maybe charging 5,000. He's charging his client 5,000. So this is good. This is good for commercial. If guys are working for the big corporates, Safaricom and all those guys, they'll pay this 10,000. They'll pay it even for the whole week. They'll pay 50,000 now. They don't have an issue because they are gonna go on the ground. They're gonna disrupt traffic. They're gonna have equipment on the ground. But I'm just there with my DSLR. like phone manufacturers now. They have very powerful cameras on their phones. So if I can take a picture with my phone, why can't I take it with my DSLR? Because it's almost, the quality is really high.
Similar.
It's really high.
And I can see your powerful phones here already.
So if someone wants to scout the city, why would they go outside with a big DSLR, honestly? And so they need to re-strategize how they want to enforce their security laws on creatives.
I know we can talk about this, but I want you to do me a favor, all right? I had told Sakaja to watch, and I believe he's watching. Bro, I hope you're watching. I want you to tell him, what do you want as PAC? Because people who associate with you, representatives who feel you could do more, feel like you can now tell him. What is your message to him now? Because I had asked him to do this. And even if he's not probably live watching because maybe he has meetings, I'll send him that clip exact of what PAC wants. Please look straight at where? Where is he going to look? Straight there? Yes. Look straight at that camera and tell him.
So what we want as PAC is, first, just freedom to shoot in the streets. We don't want to be harassed. We don't want to be harassed when we're shooting because we're just taking pictures. We're just taking pictures, basically. We're promoting the city. We're promoting our trade. Second, we want security. Photographers of late, it's been rampant. Their gear is getting stolen like crazy, left, right, and center. We want security. We want the county to do something about the safety of photographers and filmmakers, so we can go about doing our businesses without fear. Third, we'd like all this put into policy. We'd like this to be put into policy so that it's lasting and it's official. You know, something the police can reference to, because that's what they work with. You know, when you start telling the police on the ground that the governor said, he might even slap you, by the way. You know, like, you're ni sheria gani, we've not heard of that, you know. Thirdly, we'd also want the county to come on board with PAC. The county itself has photographers. Have your photographers join us. Partner with us. We have a lot of ideas that when we sit down, we can help the city publicize itself, change its image. He's planning a festival. You need creatives to make that festival happen. We have to be part of it. We have to document it. We have to participate. We'd just like
and you'd like a meeting.
And a meeting, yes. we want that meeting. We want that sit down, so that we can just give out all our ideas comprehensively, basically.
And make sure once that meeting comes in, I want Steve in there.
Actually,
he also represents the unrepresented.
Steve, I'm very happy when you say you're hard on PAC. The problem is you have decided to be hard when we're on air. Send us an email. Send us an email, my friend. You know, come and make noise inside the house.
I'll allow you guys to have
come
that.
and make
After
noise
this,
inside the house, not
tea.
outside.
You will have
We'll
tea.
have tea over that. That's a conversation we cannot. We'll have tea over that.
over that. Let me come to you now. Let's talk to a general photographer, okay? Because we have a lot of them campus colleges thinking, wow, I look up to Steve, I look up to T, and I would want to really get to where they are, or maybe get mentored by them. But you know, hey, there are certain things you can advise them, even as they're coming up. And I'm talking about the challenges. First of all, I know your gear is not just anything, and I don't know whether the government should do anything on that to help you guys for that. But what are the challenges from where you sit? Maybe one or two. I know you could give me 100. Maybe one or two that you know are critical, that you could say these are challenges that you are bound to happen to see, and what would be your advice to them?
I think before
I get there,
there's something else I think I want to tell the governor.
Please.
And I think for me, it's, you know, photography is an industry. And I think, for me, I think the governor should look at how the government should look at how do small, you know, because there's freelance photographers which he has addressed their issue. He has not addressed an issue over production companies that are doing photography and videography. You know, you see, today if I'm going to start an office, I'll come in this space and I'll pay the same. I don't know about the rent might be different. But the registration process of me,
or the business permits and all.
The business permits, those are the same. I'll pay G 40,000, G 16,000. It's crazy. So I think the governor, if he's gonna listen to this, he needs to look at that. There are young SMEs starting out production companies, and the bigger picture with that is we are willing, like for now, my company now, SAP Photography, my company, I'm gonna get in some young people to join me. You understand? So when I'm going to get in young people to join me, it's going to it's an employment model.
Absolutely.
You know, you understand? So if the governor wants to promote freelance photography, which is okay, then what is his plan with small young SMEs who are also trying to employ other young people to drive the economy forward? So we need to have that conversation with the governor. And I really hope when PAC is going to meet the governor, those are some conversations they need to
you're right.
down. You know?
Because you're right. I mean, a huge production house, like a media house and the likes, cannot be charged almost similar fees.
Similar fees.
With guys who are 3, 4 trying to come up.
I mean,
I think they have that. They have. I've seen the structure for those business permits have number of employees. Maybe what they can consider is the way he's extending the waivers. You can check out, maybe say if you have 1 to 10 employees, maybe we'll waive some fees off for you, because creatives, a lot of us, we have like smaller companies. We're not employing a lot of guys. We have a smaller team. So that would go a long way.
Okay.
You know. Also, you can also just speak to KFCB, you know, about the 6,000. You see how he's talked about waiving the fees for freelance creatives. Now, KFCB is not in that story.
They are not.
They are definitely not in that story. So they need to align. They need to align that. Okay, so he's waiving for freelance photographers. So they need to specify who needs to pay this 6,000. It's never been clear.
That's true.
It's never been clear, because when you go to the ground and look at their laws, it's like they're viewing all of us like the big production houses. That's how they're viewing all of us. They don't have any form of classification. And true, as he said, there's levels. There's the guy who's just starting out. There's someone who's trying to build his brand. And then there's the guys who've already made it, who have the capital, who will charge their clients very comfortably for those fees, and they'll pay them, you know. And then there's the other guys who can't pass that charge to the client, because of course, as the photographer, you don't expect me to absorb that cost.
Okay, I get you. Let me come back to you now, Stephen.
I was finishing on that. Thank you so much, Nadibo, for supporting my points. And I really hope you are going to share the same with the governor. Because I listen, that first point you've said has really slapped me really hard.
It has hit you nice.
You can imagine your production company here paying the same fee with another. We need to have that conversation.
You're right.
And streamline that. Also, I want to ask the governor about the sustainable module of the declarations and policies is going to have, because listen, the thing is, we start somewhere, just like as I started somewhere. But we need to give, not just to park, because this is Kenya. This is Kenyan creative. It's even beyond. People are looking towards. People have been looking people have been looking to what Sakaja says, because it influences so many things that other counties see.
Absolutely.
So Sakaja needs also to come up with a plan for creatives. You know, not just for Nairobi, for creatives, because people Sakaja himself, I told you, he's a creative. He needs to come up with a plan for creatives on what and how he thinks creative can flourish in the industry. And lastly, I think I need to say something that I think is very critical, and this I might could be controversial, but I'm gonna watch myself. The thing is, we need to have policies that also protect young photography businesses in Nairobi. You understand? Not just in Nairobi alone, in Kenya. Because we have had situation where we have had foreigners. They come here, they call themselves freelance photographers. When in their visas, when they come to the country, they say, "Oh, we are coming to visit Kenya for X and X." Then they stay here, they get the big jobs that young Kenyans should be getting. And you know, listen, if it's a job that's paying you, let me say it's a job paying me 20,000 as a creative. Someone comes and that they are paid 30,000 for that job because they are from outside and blah blah blah. We need to have policies. These are the things I really hope my team, or even Sakaja, is listening to this. We need to protect photography business in Kenya, so that we don't have people being exported from other countries. We also travel, but listen, going to Europe to get a work permit to work there as a photographer or whoever you are, my friend, is not a joke.
It's a journey.
Even in states,
a dream come true.
Even in states. So we want to be in a situation where young businesses are protected from such interference or from such exploitation. Because I know for sure. I'll give you a case study as I close this. So you asked me a question, but I needed to close on this.
I know you. I've let you flow.
I'll give you a case study, bro. A case study will be, there's another photographer, I won't name him, who was given an assignment by another big company. And those guys said they have local rates and international rates. You know, We are professionals. Listen, I literally went to school for 2.5 years to study photography alone, not even video. I specialized in photography. And whoever taught me had masters in photography. You know? Then, after all the skills I've got from this person, you want to tell me I cannot provide world-class photography with the equipment I've got, then there's international rate and there's a local. We need to have these conversations that protect young businesses. You know? So the Sakaja declaration was
good.
But we need to have a conversation on how to streamline creative businesses in Nairobi.
Okay.
That's my point.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Actually, I'll take this a step further.
Please take it a step further. As
you know, we have a hustler government. Just like, is it too late to say congratulations, Mr.
No,
President?
it's still in good time. Congratulations, man.
We are happy. We're happy. We have a hustler government, a government that it's bottom up.
Yes,
bottom up. Creatives. A lot of us we are here at the bottom. So this is a very good thing for us. So I'd like the president to look into this. You see, Sakaja is one of his soldiers, and he started on a very good note. Now, the president also needs to pick it up so that it's nationwide. The thing he's talking about foreign photographers and filmmakers coming here, making more. It's not even 20,000 and they make 30. You're being paid 20,000, they're probably getting paid 80,000. That's the disparity between local and foreign talent. And they always get preference. I've always asked myself, do they have work permits when they come here? Because you know that they're coming to compete for our jobs. You see, like in infrastructure, there's been a lot of infrastructure that's been built by the government of late, with the support of the Chinese government. And there's laws as to how many Chinese workers can come here and what they can do and what locals are going to be doing. So for creatives, we need that. We need that so that we're not importing talent to come shoot things that we can do. I don't like the word local. I hate that word. I hate that word. It always reminds me of the village, and there's nothing wrong with the village, by the way. But I always feel like if I go to the States, if I go to the UK, if I go to China, my photography skills are at par with whatever they have there.
You have the same gear.
Yes, we have the same gear. We're buying the same things. You know, we're using this. They're watching the same tutorials we're watching. They're going to the same schools.
Little bit. So this.
Make it 30 seconds.
Yeah, this one has gone long, and I'm so sorry. I know the director is on our neck here. I'm thinking, we're not saying that other guys should not come here and shoot. We want that interaction. We want to exchange ideas, and we also travel out. I've actually gone out so many times out of the country to cover and do some things.
There need to be laws.
All I'm just saying is, also local photographers. Because I say local because you're local. We are Kenyans. Kenyan photographer needs to up their game to be world class. You know. They need to up their game to be world class, so that then if someone sees my work or sees your work, then they can match it with Pete D'Souza. You know. And lastly, I think Park, when they are meeting with the governor.
No, I've asked them to call you.
No. Let them.
You don't want to see the governor?
No. I want to see the governor, but let them
listen, when we leave here, you're joining Park. That's what we are doing. When we leave here, you're joining Park.
That's your cup of tea now.
We need that. We need that energy. We need that energy, and that's what we've always been saying as Park.
So Stephen, live, I'm asking you to kindly consider joining this guy so that you can as well
come make noise inside the house. That's how we build the house.
I'll give you my right of reply on that one. No worries. But I have to end with asking you this question, guys, because as I said, there are guys who look up to you guys, whichever the way, you know, because we are evolving big time, and I don't think, this is my opinion, I don't think there will be one day a robot that can take angles of photography in whichever the way. This is one industry that I feel has longevity and will not be replaced. It's not like drinking coffee. I'm not trying to say anything about you guys. Forget it. Where you hear a machine has taken up. I want you to advise them. I know it could be very large in terms of challenges, all those kind of things. But in one way, do you guys mentor them, Do you have opportunities for them? What would you tell someone who's thinking, I want to get into photography? Let me start with you.
I think photography, first of all, we didn't choose photography. Personally, I didn't choose photography.
You didn't choose?
Photography chose me.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it just chose me, and
yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I think it's passion that has got me here.
Yeah.
I have a mantra in life that I think when my time to leave the earth comes,
yeah,
I think God will judge me because of my passion,
yeah,
of the talent He gave me.
Yeah.
So young people who are looking forward to join the profession, there's nothing that beats passion.
Yeah.
If you're passionate, you can cry
yeah,
that you didn't have fare to go X and X, to do X and X,
yeah,
but passion takes you places.
Yeah.
Passion connects you. Because if, for example, I want to join your team,
yeah,
or someone wants to join my team, my company,
yes,
I'll look at how passionate they are,
yeah,
and attitude they have towards their passion. And last but not least,
yeah,
I'll think mentorship is everything.
it's everything.
I'm a creative, I'm a director at my company.
Yes.
Boss, I still have mentors.
You have mentors.
I go to them, I talk to them, I listen to them, and if there's anything that I will ask young people to stay away from, that photography is not about celebrity. You cannot be a celeb photographer. You can be a business photographer.
Yes.
You understand?
That's a good one. Yeah.
You can be a business photographer. You cannot be a celeb photographer.
Yeah.
Because celebrity fades, it's a mirage. It fades with time. People know you, X and X is such a dope ass photographer.
Yeah.
But with time, that fades.
Okay.
That's my point.
That's a good one, but I have one question for you. Like, who is this one photographer here? I don't want to use the word local. Like here, Kenya, that you say, wow, I like this guy. Sometimes I look up to him in a way. Yeah.
When I started out, I used to big up to Frontlight Media, by the way.
Yeah.
I have to mention them. I mean, when I started out, they used to be Frontlight.
Yeah.
Photography,
yes, I know.
Photography,
yes.
And they used to be Joe McKinney and the rest.
Mutua Matheka.
I know. Yeah, I didn't used to follow Mutua Matheka, but I've loved Joe McKinney's work.
Yeah, shout out Joe.
Joe shout out. I don't know where you go, but I've never even met you in person. But that was inspiration does. Yeah. So with the time, I started doing jobs and I kept my passion going. There's some, I think how do I say, nilipita some levels of inspirations.
Yes.
So what I am looking forward now.
But they give you that urge. Yes.
Yeah. I think I love Alan Gishigi's work.
Okay.
Alan is such a dope ass photographer that I think even till today, because for him he has consistently, that's what I was talking about, passion.
Yeah.
He has consistently been passionate about creating photography work.
Yeah.
So I look forward to him.
Yeah.
And I don't see myself saying that one day I'll ever get enough of his work.
Okay.
But also, I think I've also grown to levels that I think my work is able to inspire so many young people that are also looking up to me. So it's.
Let me stop it at that. That's okay. That's a good one. Your quick advice to anybody budding in, and maybe now that he has told us someone that looks, sometimes people who have helped him, think I'm going to be this way. You could mention one or two as well.
My advice to photographers in general.
Yeah.
So my journey as a photographer found me. It found me along the way.
Yeah.
Because I used to be an accountant, a practicing accountant for about 8 years actually, and nowadays I'm a photographer. So follow your passion. Yeah. Follow your passion. Just set high goals. Yeah. Always set high goals. You can achieve once you put your mind to it. Good to have some business knowledge. Yeah. I think creatives, a lot of us, our downfall is the business side. We are creative, but the business side, how we handle our money, is what takes us down. So invest in business classes. Just learn how to run your photography talent as a business, because we are a business. Wow. So from all that, you learn how to charge and how to structure your business, basically. Thirdly, join PAC. So Park, we have Park community membership, it's free. Just go to the website, pak.co.ke, there's the tab there, just fill in the form and you're a member. Good. Join the community. We're aiming at getting 10,000 photographers, creatives under Park, so that we can speak with a big voice. Okay. Yeah. Lovely. So we can speak with a big voice.
Lovely. I will only give you now. There's one more.
Photographers who inspire me. Mine is not local. Mine is not local.
You use the word local, man.
This was just your thing.
Don't worry. Yeah, mine is not Kenyan.
Kenyan, yes.
Mine is all over the world.
Yeah.
So one of the photographers I really looked up to was Osborne Macharia. Like his work is just next level. It's international level, you know. Yeah, it's so there's Osborne and maybe I'd add Keith. I feel like those two guys, their styles looks like what I'm trying to do. Okay. So those are the guys who inspired me. I still get inspired by work they post even till today. Look at it like, oh, that's nice.
That's good stuff, eh?
Yeah.
You have 15 seconds.
I think I want to big up some guys who made me who I am, and I think it would be so unfair.
Big up now,
I like giving gratitude to people who gave me reasons to believe in this journey. Yeah. So I'll big up Jafo, Japhet Kagondu, Susie, Kateli, and Words Maneno. I think you watch this and I respect you guys so much. Thank you for the inspiration.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
That's someone called Words, eh?
Words.
Oh, okay.
You know what this is?
I have a list.
You also have a list of
I think I'm just gonna big up the PAK team. I think being part of the committee, I know how hard it is to run Park as volunteers. It's not the easiest thing you can do while running your own thing on the side. So I just want to big up like the whole committee team, Moseti, Chris Njoka, there's Rubani, there's Gikonyo, there's Ogeto.
Amen. Okay.
Amen.
And there's Rosa. There's all those. So guys, come join us. We need more hands on deck so that we can get things running and fix the creative industry.
Wow, guys, you know, if I give these guys shout outs, I will mention everybody. Also a shout out to Rosie as well, Marketing Society of Kenya, for ensuring that we have this conversation. We appreciate you and the work that you guys are doing. And the revamp that we've seen with the Marketing Society, because you guys are the ones who are marketing these people, is it? Yeah. So now I have to close. And I know you guys, I think we'll have a part 2 now. Now
we need a part 2
into the business aspect of this and opportunities that we can get. Because now I had all these questions, we only answered 2. You get it, eh? So it's fine, but we understand. So to the governor, I think you've had it. We really want more done. Let's not get this harassment still going on. Let it not just be a pronouncement. And please meet back as they have requested. We have to end this conversation now. Thanks so much for your time. I didn't even have time to get to your questions, the ones that you asked. These guys were so passionate, but next time in part 2 we shall do that. But shout out and thanks a lot for your time. That has been Biz Talks. Thanks.